All right, we're doing a special thing here, and this will be like a photo show, but instead of just in a gallery, you read a description, you see a photo or a museum. We have the artist here with us to comment on these photos, and we're just going to talk about them. I'm here with Joe, my buddy Joe, who
Happy to be here.
good to hear you. And he has a photography background, a cinematography background. And these are photos that he's taken over the years. So, without further ado, let's start with this photo. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let you talk about it first. Go ahead.
Hello, hello. I don't know exact. I sent you a bunch of photographs, so I don't know exactly what order we're going to be going in. But this is one which for me is very unusual, um, because it's on Portra, Kodak Portra, which I usually don't shoot, and it's a wedding, and this is the only wedding I ever shot. But it was for my friend Kelsey, and she, invited me up to Philadelphia, and I went, and it was a very difficult conditions to shoot because it was in this alley in the evening. So I was shooting Portra 100, which I mean, if you know film 100, you usually want like big, broad daylight. Uh, and so basically, I had about 45 minutes to get like any sort of picture. And I got this one. Like, there were a couple others, like, one was out of focus, one was a little off, one just didn't work. But I mean, there was one that worked, and there was one other one that worked that they wound up framing. Can you pull up the one? I sent you the one that they wound up framing. Like it's a little more like Simon and Garfunkel, where like they're walking away and they look back.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Um, I see the.
It's the
Hmm.
one in the frame.
Oh, the framed one.
Yeah.
I don't. I think you texted me that one. It's okay. Let's just talk about this one though.
No, it's okay.
I think this one's more. This one's of the moment here. Let
Yeah,
me.
but no, I think it's charming. I mean, like it's her
Yeah.
and Eric, and I think it captures a thing. And this is just what I like about portraits. I mean, I was actually wondering if we could skip a little bit, well, not skip ahead, but skip behind.
But I had questions about this photo first.
Oh yeah, well, what do you want to know?
So you shot it on film,
Yeah, it's on Portra.
and what year was this?
This would be I think 2023, I think.
And you said
It was,
Philadelphia.
it was a few years ago.
Yeah. And I
I mean,
think
not super long ago, but I mean, this is probably the most recent one that I sent you.
I like this one. I like the joy and the smiles. He looks a little surprised.
Yeah.
And
No, he was really nice. I mean, Eric is a good dude, I think. Like at the reception, I remember we were sitting down and I was there with my Nikon. And in the bar, it was too dark to take pictures. And so, I sat at the kids' table and I started showing them how to use a camera because small children don't know how to use a camera. And after a while, I just sort of, started to like, mope and get, you know, sort of like retract into myself, you know. And he came over to me. He was like, "Hey, man, like, Kelsey invited you here because she wanted you to be here. Will you please get off your ass?" And I did, and I was like, man, like I appreciate that.
Yeah. Sometimes it helps to be encouraged, especially if you are holding a camera in your hands.
Yeah.
And I want to
So
ask
like get
you,
up. Like and it's fine if you can't take pictures anymore. Nobody cares. Like the reason you're here is that she wanted you to be here with all these people.
I want to ask you, why photography? Like, if you think back, since we're on the first photo here, at the beginning of this, when you think back in your life, what was it about photography that made you even want to get a film camera or want to take photos for fun?
The huh. Honestly, the first thing I remember it was when I was in a production of Dracula in high school. And I had a bit part in it. I was a waiter that comes in and brings something to Renfield in the beginning, and then I left, and that was the entire part. There was nothing else. But when I was doing it, there was this girl, Rebecca, who was in photography class at the time, and she had just like a really basic camera. I think it was like a Pentax or something. It was like a very, very simple like high school camera. And she was like, well, you try and use it if you want. And I did. And I shot a whole roll of film and it all came back black because I didn't understand how exposure worked. But that's when I think I first started to get curious. But really, I mean, with all of these portraits, I mean, I think there's one digital one. You know, like digital is okay, digital can work. I really don't like using it, you know, but I really prefer film.
And
And so
yeah.
these are all well, except for this one. This one is portrait,
And
which I mean, if
for
you're
and for those unfamiliar, if they have no idea what portrait is, how would you explain that?
A Portra is a Kodak film stock that generally renders human skin tones in a really nice way. It tends to be a little well, it's not colder or warmer. It just looks natural. Whereas most of the other color ones that I've done have been Fuji Velvia. And Velvia, not Velvia F. Velvia F makes everyone look like a creamsicle. But Fuji 400 Velvia or Velvia 50. Velvia 50 is really the classic, but that's slide film. This one is a portrait. It's a color negative, which is different. I mean, I realize the thing is, I don't really understand how much people don't know. You know, it's like color negative. Like I think you know what that means. You know, but most of the other color images that I've shown are positives. They're slides,
So the other,
the rest of them, the black and white ones are mostly tri-X, uh, which is all negative film. And this is why I was saying I sent you a series of historical things just to sort of kind of make things to give some context.
okay. The text you sent me, I could read that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Can we go to those?
all right, I'm going to stop sharing this one. Let me
I
see.
do love this one though. I
Yeah.
really do love that one.
Okay. Yeah. What would you like to say about Felix Nadar?
Well, he was one of the most, he was a very famous portrait photographer in revolutionary era France. Like during the Paris Commune, Nadar was there. Uh, when Paris was under siege by the Prussians, Nadar was sitting around in a bar and, didn't really know what to do. He couldn't really do anything. But there was this guy that came up to him and he was like, "Hey, man, just thinking about it in the abstract, would it be possible if you got, like, say, 100 or 1,000 letters of standard size and put them on, like, a platter of some kind and got a camera mounted from above and took a picture of all of them? And then you could render that and reduce it and, clip up the negatives in very small size and put those onto the ankles of carrier pigeons. And then when they got to where they're going, to be like, like Lyon or Nantes or, wherever they're going, and then they could be reconstituted. Would that be possible? And he was like, that's crazy. But actually, yeah, we probably could. And they did. And that's how during the Paris Commune, they got the mail going. They did it with carrier pigeons by this like psychotic, you know, art mail project. It's fantastic. And in the meantime, he was taking pictures of like all the famous intellectuals of Europe. I mean, this one is Giuseppe Verdi, the composer. He's great. The next one is George Sand, the novelist. A brilliant portrait.
And who is this again? Can you say it one more time?
Oh, it's George Sand. She's a famous novelist.
Okay.
Yeah, she had to go by a nom de plume because she was a lady. But yeah, she got her portrait done by Felix Nadar.
When did portraits, I mean, throughout history or looking back at history, the study of it, when did portraits become commonplace?
I mean, they've always kind of been since antiquity, really. They've always been a thing. I mean, you have pictures of like Alexander the Great on, earthenware jugs and stuff. Throughout medieval times, you have pictures of kings and saints and things like that. Uh, yeah, no, portraits are not new.
What is it about Nadir's style that distinguishes it from other portrait photographers?
Well, this is kind of something that I've been thinking about. With Nadar, Nadar is very much a studio portrait photographer, but that was necessary because of the technology at the time. I mean, keep in mind the camera that he had was massive. Like this is on a glass plate, what you're looking at right now. The camera is huge. They had to hold still like forever, you know? So like you had to like come in, sit down, and here's your portrait. And in a certain way, that's kind of a weird, impersonal way of taking a portrait. But I think even despite that, what Nadar managed to pull off with that technology is something extremely human. Now, with the further examples that I've given you, uh, I think you can get way more human. But what he was able to do with the tools that he had, I think is pretty incredible. To keep in mind, he also went up in a hot air balloon and tried to take pictures of the ground, which people said was impossible. And then Nadar managed to start making pictures of the ground from a hot air balloon, which is about as mad scientist as it sounds. And he needed to have an entire photochemical lab in the basket of a hot air balloon because with glass plates, you got to do them right away. You know, he did this. There were people saying that photochemically, it was not possible to take photographs from that altitude. And he was like, you know, and he went and did it anyway. And then he went on to conclude that this is something that every army will have. I think he said that every army will have an aerostatic division.
Oh, wow.
An aerostat being like a hot air balloon division,
Wow.
just to make like up to date topographic maps.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's taking portraits of the great intelligentsia of Europe.
Do you,
And he was
yeah.
the first guy to ever photograph the Paris catacombs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did he usually have people not look at the camera, or did he take some portraits where they look at the camera?
I don't have an exhaustive knowledge of this. Uh, I think generally it was the convention to not look into the lens. Like a lot of the time, I mean, well, I mean, especially for men, you had this, this convention where you like tuck your hand into your vest.
I've noticed that in the older photos. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them do that. But no, I don't think I've seen any of them where someone's like staring intensely into the lens.
Hmm.
But there are examples. If you keep going with the other examples that I sent you,
All right. Moving on to the next one.
that's where someone looks directly into the lens.
Ah, yeah. Both of them.
Yep. Well, I mean, not the little one, but the subject.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's still looking at,
Like that's a shocking thing.
yeah. But how
You
does a
know, and
photo like
and
this make you feel? Like, when you first saw this, if
it's
you remember?
intense. I mean, it makes me like it almost makes me fall out of my chair. I mean, it's really it's extremely and like this is hard drugs. Like for photography wise, I mean, like this is like hard stuff. Like this is something that I think like really arrests you.
I couldn't imagine this in color. Like, it wouldn't have the same impacts.
No, I don't think so. No, it's like the dark eyes, and just like the shape of the hair. It's perfect. It's perfect. But Diane Arbus is where I wanted to go next because she used very different tools than Felix Nadar. I mean, Felix Nadar had this, like massive glass plate camera. It's not like the kind of thing that you could pick up and point around. I mean, and you needed a massive tripod, you needed a studio, you needed all kinds of stuff. Whereas Arbus was a big proponent of the twin lens reflex, which maybe people don't know what that is. It's a camera that has two lenses, and you look through the top. I included a picture of me using a twin lens reflex just so people would know what I was talking about. But you look through the viewing lens, but you shoot through the taking lens. And because you look down, what Arbus would say was that it, she would say that it feels to the subject, I mean, it feels less like a gun. Because with a single lens reflex, you're like pointing it at someone. It freaks some people out, but if you're looking down instead, then they react differently to you.
Do you know what year this was taken, or where and where, what location?
I'll admit I do not.
I remember a quote from Diane Arbus. It was like, if you're an artist, go somewhere where you've never been, and you know
Yeah.
that
Well, I mean, that's why, I mean,
that'll keep your craft and your practice alive.
yeah. I mean, that explains why she had a whole thing where she went to a nudist colony and just shot a bunch of portraits at a nudist colony. And she also did that and like carnival people. She did that.
What's your take on street photography? Like people walking down the sidewalk, and is that like,
If you're gonna do it, it's got to be good. You know, if you're gonna do it, it has to work. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I've done it sometimes. I remember once, I was in DC and there was this woman walking by, and I just, got enough courage to say, like, hey, like, can I take your picture? And she was like, yeah, sure. And, and she let me do it. I remember once in New York, it was me and Sing Hao Yam. And, Sing just like there was this guy who was, not really in the best way, but Sing just got up in his face and just went click and just got this portrait. And I was like, oh my God. I don't think I would have had the nerve. Um, but yeah, no, street photography is cool. I mean, I think stuff like what Henri Cartier-Bresson did, what Kertész did. Kertész is actually my favorite. Um, and that's like a lot of, he was actually kind of more Bauhaus than street photography. But yeah, like when it works, it works.
the
It's
tough
just not really my thing.
the tough question though, like what is the line between this person's being exploitive versus more of a poetic, caring kind of, appreciative or respectful photo?
I think it has to do with, there's an answer to that question. I think it has to do with like the basic structure of portraits in general. Because, like, how do you get a portrait? You got to be there with someone. You have to be there. You have to pay attention to them. You have to listen to them. You need to not freak them out. Uh, they have to feel normal around you. And then after a while, their face or their eyes or their lips or something will do something. And then it's just your job to be there. And then you get it. And that's it's a rare and it's a special thing. But you just have to be present, you know. You have to be there and the subject has to be comfortable with you. And that's what Arbus was really good at. And it's something that I like to think I'm not bad at myself. But I mean, but it's different from like studio photography. I mean, studio photography, like, you have like an appointment and you sit down in the chair and there's a guy with, behind the camera holding a bunny or something to try to make you smile. And it's a very different thing. Like, what's that thing? You know that Paul Thomas Anderson film, The Master, with Joaquin Phoenix? And he gets a job temporarily as the studio photographer, like at the mall.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, he's nuts. And like, he has this thing where he's just behind this like massive camera and he's like trying very artificially to get people to smile. It's a very uncomfortable thing. I mean, and I think to get like a genuine portrait, you just need to be like a human being around other people. Like, you just need to be there, you know.
I have a
So they're
question.
not performing. Like you don't want someone to perform their own face.
No pulling faces.
No, 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 no.
I have a question
I mean,
too.
like, and like, if you catch them doing that, sometimes maybe that's interesting. But generally, you want to see their real face.
And is it the couple that's dancing or the pic or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the last Arbus one.
Okay. Let me
And we don't have to spend too much time on this one. It's just another example.
so
Like, it's just a moment. No, we can move on from this one quickly. But this is just another like moment where Arbus is really good at getting moments. Again, I think it's because of the twin lens reflex. You look down instead of looking through. And so it
hmm.
makes you less threatening and it makes your subject more comfortable.
Huh. So reminds me the design of the camera has a lot of impact on the person who the camera is taking a picture of.
Big time.
So like yeah, in our time right now, if you have a smartphone, you can take a photo very easily. Whereas years ago, you had to have like a film camera, to
Yeah, like an actual camera. Yeah.
has the like convenience. That's the word. Has the convenience of taking pictures nowadays. Has that at all lessened the art form of photography
Not at all.
or the power of the still image?
Not at all. I mean, it's just a different tool. It's just a different tool, and we just have to acknowledge the way that a different kind of tool has to be, you know, wielded differently. Like the way you take a picture. Like, I sent you a portrait that I really like that I took on my iPhone. You know, it works. I mean, it can work. It can be good. It's just a way of like, it's just a matter of knowing your tools, really. Like, if you know your tools, then you can use them. And there's no need to be like a Luddite or, scared of digital cameras.
Film cameras just, I mean, it puts you in a certain mood. I mean, it's heavier. You have to do more to get it to function. There's more
And
stakes
actually, you have to
involved.
do less. You have to do less.
Really?
Well, yeah. Well, with a digital camera, you only have three variables, right? I mean, you have aperture, of course. You have aperture, you have shutter speed, and you have film speed, which you can adjust if you need to. With digital cameras, you can change all kinds of crazy things that don't even I I don't know why you can adjust them.
Shall we move on to another photo?
Yes.
Any requests?
The Nachtwey ones.
So,
Again, this is just for historical perspective because I was gonna say that like in terms of like my influences,
yeah.
it would be Nadar, Diane Arbus, and Jim Nachtwey.
What does that one look like? Can you describe the one you're requesting?
It's the one. There's the one in Afghanistan. It's a black and white woman in a burqa. He's a he's a very famous war photographer. He was in Rwanda.
Oh, wow.
Um, he was in Somalia. He was in Bosnia during the war.
Wow.
He was in New York during 9/11.
I want you to talk about this one and why this is memorable for you.
Ever since I started seeing Jim Nachtwey's stuff, usually it would be in like Time magazine, stuff like that. This one is from Afghanistan. It was just so personal and human and emotive and impressionistic. It was amazing. I mean, like, and it was years later. Uh, there was Christmas one time. I remember. I asked my parents for a copy of his book, which is called Inferno, which is this gigantic book. I mean, physically very large. You know, uh, of photographs, and my parents are nice. They got it for me, and I was really excited. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And they started to look through it, and it's page after page after page of horrific war photography. It's actually really upsetting, if you care about human beings. And they were like so upset. And this is on like Christmas morning, man. Um, but no, he's always been a source of just, I guess, artistic integrity, like just a real person. And like the way that he's able to get so many portraits is just being kind to people so that like they aren't freaked out by him, and that's how he's able to get so close. You'll notice that like he's not using like a long focal length here. This is probably like a 28 that he's using. So like he's very close to this woman. And in order to accomplish that, someone has to be comfortable around you. And that's part of portraiture. So yeah. And the thing is just Nachtwey, the way he does it, I mean, he usually shoots just on well, he doesn't always shoot black and white, but he shoots black and white a lot of the time. But the exposures are always gorgeous. I mean, like look at the way her dress is exposed compared to the background behind. and the gravestones behind. It's beautiful,
Yeah,
really beautiful.
there's a lot. This is powerful.
Yeah,
The cracks in the ground and the little, you know, it's like a rope or a piece of cloth tied around the gravestone that she's touching.
yeah.
And then they're not like, um, I don't, you can't even really see anybody's name on some of the ones that are mid photo length away from her. It's just like
No,
stone, like they're almost unmarked, maybe these gravestones.
yeah, you can't. I mean, and in terms of Jim Nachtwey war photographs, this is actually a pretty tame one. Some of them are much gnarlier.
Now, again, do you think is there a line like showing that much? Not this one particular, but the ones you're thinking of that are more extreme. Is there a line where it's like you personally would not have been able to take those kind of photos because they're more extreme, or it's people who are like, malnutrition, starving, human like physical suffering?
I agree with him. I mean, when he writes about this, he basically says that photography is kind of fundamentally anti-war. It's bearing witness, you know, it is being there, and it is, yeah, it's difficult to be, present and like right next to brutality and inhumanity. And, taking a picture of it might feel yucky or exploitative or something. But no, I mean, like, someone has to do it. Like, you have to be there because other people have to know what's going on. And is it fun? No, not really. Um, and that's why a lot of war photographers fall prey to, like they become alcoholics and stuff. Um, but no, his thing was basically just compassion and empathy. And I think if that's how you approach it, is it going to be fun? Probably not. But is it morally compromising? I think no. It's not exploitative.
Should we move on to another photo?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this was the last like historical exhibit I had because I just wanted to go through Nadar and Arbus and Nachtwey
Okay.
before we went into my stuff.
Yeah. And you would say those photographers you just mentioned are your main inspirations?
I think that's the core. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Moving along. Oh, I should show this one first because you did describe or you showed photos that you took with this camera. So I should show this first. This one.
Oh yeah. That's what if you don't know, that's what a rolly cord looks like.
Yeah.
It's not as fancy as a rolly flex, but it's a wonderful little camera. It's really good.
It looks like a fun camera. All right. So moving along. It's a nice moment. You took this one, right?
I did, yeah.
So
This
talk
is with the Rolleiflex. This is
this.
a 6x6. This is on Tri-X 400. This is in Hong Kong.
Oh wow.
Uh, this was my then fiance's sister and her baby by the window, and they were just there hanging out. And she knew that I had a camera. She knew that, you know, she knew that I could take a portrait, is what I'm saying. And she wanted me to take a portrait, but I just kind of had to hang out and wait for the right moment. And again, like I said, it's one of these things where you just got to wait for a while. And sometimes just reality just gives it to you.
How many
Yeah.
photos did you take in this, interval of
Oh,
time?
in this sitting,
Yeah, before you decided on this one. Yeah, how many photos?
not many. I think maybe two.
Oh, wow.
Not many at all. I just waited. I just waited. If you go to the next one,
But is that reflective of your style that you don't take like 50 photos in a sitting, you only take a few? Is that usually your approach?
very much. Yeah, very much. I mean, I don't like to do that. I mean, I've done it before, like as a stunt. I mean, I remember doing that once with you. When we were in school, I got a Nikon F4, which has a motor drive. And I remember just shooting like, because it'll go at like, I don't know how many frames per second, but it'll go, if you just hold the button down, it'll just, it's like a machine gun,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, it'll just keep on going. So I've done it before as a stunt, but it's not how I prefer to shoot.
Moving
But the
along.
next one, but
Yeah.
the next one, it'll look the same. It's in the same place. So we were engaged, and I just asked her to stand there as so that I could get exposure right. So I was there with because the again, this is on the Rolly cord. It doesn't have an internal light meter. So, I had to take a reading, and I was like, like your sister and the baby, they want to have a picture, can you just like, stand in? Basically, I was asking her to be a stand-in, you know, and I took her reading, which was totally disingenuous because I wanted to get her portrait, you know, just to wait for a second. And I don't know, there's just something about the way she holds her head, just that weird little tilt, you know, like, and the color I really like, like the window isn't blown out, the back wall isn't blown out, the skin tone is just right. You can see her eyes. I don't know. There's something. There's so much personality that comes out in that portrait. I think it's in portrait. Like we're in Hong Kong. I mean, it does really give me the vibes of like stranger in a strange land.
And it was raining that day. It looks like there's rain on the
Yeah,
window.
yeah. And it always kind of with a portrait, like with the eyes, you always have this little conversation, I think. It's like, do the eyes say that I trust you? And here I think it does. Like I've taken portraits of people that are like, yeah, I completely do not trust you. This is insane. Um, but this one is just like, I think it says impatience. It's a curious one. It's a curious one, but I think just in terms of composition, I like it.
Yeah, it's very balanced compositionally.
Yeah, and the square frame is weird. I mean, it's not something that we're very used to working with, nowadays. It's kind of old fashioned, and you have to get used to it. But yeah, I like this frame.
Is this the same? It's reminds me of like a vertical photo though from nowadays. Does it not?
Well, a vertical photo nowadays is more of a vertical rectangle. This is 6 by 6, so it's a square.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's wider. Yeah. I like how you can see the light source on the ceiling, and you even get some
Yeah, I
of
like
these,
that
like
too.
you even get some of these emulsions or scratches.
Oh yeah, no, that's just futz. That's just schmutz. That's from me doing the scan.
Oh, like dust or just dirt?
Yeah, no, it is just dust.
Wow. And there's some up here near the light, a little bit on the ceiling.
I
Wow.
think that might actually be well, no, that is just schmutz. You're right.
It's yeah, I mean it's part of the photo though. That's it's just kind of like it gives it that texture to me when I notice those details. Should we move on to the next one? Okay.
Oh man,
Yeah, color photo now. All right. Tell
this
me.
is a this is this is a personal favorite. This is a personal favorite. And keep in mind, this one also has schmutz on it. You'll notice it on the left arm. But anyway, this is when me and Victoria went with my then stepfather uh, to go to his what was it? His mother's birthday in a very small village in the outskirts of the Czech Republic, almost to Poland. So we were in this rental car from Prague, and it took ages to get there. And we stopped, and she was just completely losing her patience and just did this with her hands. And I got this. I love this portrait so much because you have the one eye. You have the one eye, the other eye is obscured. But then it's almost like she's smiling. Like you almost have this Mona Lisa smile thing happening. And the color is just really nice. I mean, like, the purple with her skin tone and her hair color and the background, it all melts together really nicely. Um, I love this one. I had, what do you think?
Well, I was thinking of the question, is it fair to say that with you taking a photo in her moment of frustration, did it also help her calm down or lighten up? You said she was
Oh
going to
yeah,
smile.
definitely, definitely.
So
Oh,
your
and
presence
and
with the
also
camera
and
and
also
taking
keep in
the photo.
mind this is I wanted to talk about focal lengths at some point. This is a 28. This is a 28. So keep in mind, like I'm very close to her. So again, like I said, your subject has to be comfortable with you. And if you're shooting a 28 is like quite a wide lens, So if you want to get like a portrait, like you got to be close, kind of, you know.
And you were
So
like,
this is,
let's pull over. Let me take a photo out here. How did this moment occur?
I don't know. This was because I forget who it was. It wasn't me, but someone needed a bathroom break. But it was also an excuse for everyone else to get out of the car. And then
Of
she's
course.
just uh, like, how many more hours of this do we have to do?
How many hours was the whole trip, though? The whole car ride?
Oh, it was long. I think it was like 7 hours.
Oh, wow. In the same
Yeah,
day.
in one day.
Whew.
But no, I love the one eye thing.
Yeah. It makes it more mysterious, too.
Yeah. It's the one eye and like the half smile.
You also have the balance, the way her arms and her elbow and the
Yeah, no, I mean, in
frame.
terms of composition, it is a triangle,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't on purpose. Just sometimes you get these things right on accident.
You just have instinctual framing abilities.
Well, yes, because I'm.
An artist.
That's what Julian says. I didn't say it.
And the way that she's, like we were saying earlier, spiking the camera, she's looking at the camera lens. She's not looking away or in the distance.
Yeah. No, she's looking right at you.
So I can see the Diane Arbus influence here in particular makes me think of that.
Oh, yeah. No, big time.
Should we move on?
Let's go. This one's fun. This one's fun. This one is more of a joke. Um,
Is it
I mean,
staged? Did you stage this one?
no, 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 no. It's not staged. Um, it's not staged. It's just one of these. It's more of a lark. Uh, I don't know where she got the 3D glasses from. I don't remember. But this is when uh, I went with Victoria and my friend David to Atlanta to go see our friend Brian and his newborn kid. You know, it's like we were going to go down, so we all split a car and a hotel room, and we got down there, and we had just been well, we'd been drinking all night, and the next morning David got up and was looking something up on his computer, and she just hadn't gotten out of bed. And I was like, this just looks like a living joke. Like, this is just so silly. So, I don't know. I don't think it's a great photograph. I just like it.
To me, her smile really, like the energy of the photo comes from her smile.
Yeah, I think so too. Because like she's in on the joke. I think that's what it is.
And what year would you guess this was from?
Oh, this would be to me not long after we went to New York. I think this is probably 2009, 2010.
Oh, wow. Okay. He looks very focused, David, here in the photo. Whatever he's working on or researching, very, very focused on the task at hand.
He tends to be. But no, you're right. Her smile is kind of what makes it.
It's maybe the self-awareness, the playfulness to, of course, the 3D glasses give it that extra icing on the cake.
It's just fun. This one's just fun. I mean, I don't think compositionally there's anything really that interesting. Color, there's nothing that interesting. The smile I like, that's what makes it fun. But uh, aesthetically, it's basically just fun.
Yeah, but you really spread the framing and the balance of the people. They're on like both sides of the frame, and then the cord phone. I love that. Love cord phones. I mean, that's a real.
Oh yeah, when do you see those anymore? They're like, no, I mean they're almost extinct.
But yeah, like the fact that they're on the each side of the frame doing something, and yeah, you really got a moment here, Joe. This is
Yeah.
this is some magic here. A little bit mysterious because you don't know what he's doing. You don't know if she's watching a movie or, just likes the way the world looks through those 3D glasses at the moment in the hotel room.
Yeah, like who knows what she's hallucinating? Like,
You can see the time with the 12:23. Is that AM or PM?
who knows? Who's to say?
I like how the bottles are turned as if it was a film and you don't want to show the brand of the beer. So they're
I
like
didn't even
turned.
think about that.
So they're turned so you can't quite see the brand on the
I
bottle.
didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, like, what's it called in set decoration when you Greek something?
Oh yeah.
When you blur out a brand name, it's
Yeah.
like it's not Apple, it's Grapple, like something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you remembered that maybe that technique to let's, or maybe it just looked very aesthetically pleasing the way the bottles were, the way everything was that made you
And it
look.
was just kind of chance. I mean, like I said, with portraits, the thing is, you just have to be there.
Did you tell them like, wait a minute, I'm going to take a photo, or how did
No, no,
you?
no, 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 no,
Oh, okay.
no. They had no idea.
They were just hanging out doing their thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice.
No, I am very fond of this one. Like, it's not aesthetically sophisticated, really, but
What would make it more
but it does
sophisticated?
but it has a story in it. I mean,
Those,
and then this is what I like about portraits.
yeah.
Portraits generally have a story embedded in them. And this is one that just sort of begs the question of like what's going on? And that's interesting,
Yeah.
you know?
If it was black and white, would then it be more sophisticated aesthetically?
Uh I think it'd be more boring actually. This one in
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah.
If it were black and white, yeah, I think it would be more boring. I mean, you wouldn't have the difference in, say, uh, the color of the phone versus the color of the wall
Ah, yes.
versus the color of David's skin tone versus the color of Victoria's skin tone versus the color of the sheets versus the color of that sheet versus that color of yellow on the bottle.
The mattress, David's mattress.
Yeah, versus the red in the alarm clock. You wouldn't
Hmm.
have that. I think you would lose and versus that painting on the wall above
Oh,
or the
yes.
gold with the lamps. You would lose all of that. Uh yeah, I think it would be more boring. I don't think it would become more sophisticated.
But hypothetically, if you could take this photo again, like what would you have done different?
Nothing. 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 Like if you put me in a time machine and sent me back, I would hope that I would have the wherewithal to do the exact same thing.
You probably would.
But it's hard. I mean, portraits are hard. I mean, because you have to do it the exact right thing at the exact right time. This is what, Aristotle talks about. This is arete. This is phronesis, doing the right thing at the right time.
Shall I move on to the next one?
Anyway, what's the next one?
Is it time?
Let's go. This is the one digital example.
Oh,
I brought up that I had one digital example, and this is it.
okay.
This is at the towards the end of my time in Atlanta, and this is my roommate Owen, and it was his birthday.
Wow.
And on the occasion of his birthday, we took out the kitchen table and brought it into the yard so that we could play a game of Go.
Nice.
And so, we got a bottle of wine and we're playing a game of Go. And it was just him thinking about what to do next. And I just grabbed my phone out of my pocket and I was like, click. And I just got it. You know,
Yeah.
like sometimes your phone works. Like your phone is a camera. Like don't get it twisted. I mean, like your phone does work. I mean, you can make an entire movie with your phone. Sean Baker did it. It's very doable. But yeah, this is the only one that I've ever done digital. But I still really like it. I mean, I like the colors, I like the balance, I like the composition. Um, I like how frustrated he looks. If you know how to play Go, you'll understand why he's frustrated.
Are they red bikes or a red bike in the background? I like that detail.
Oh, in the back? I don't.
Hey, bikes or some kind of a red, is it like
I
a
never even looked at that before.
scooter?
I guess it is. I guess it is a red bicycle.
It looks like a bike parked. Might be a kid's bike, but yeah, it's in the
And
background.
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I like that. This looks like, was this the springtime, the autumn, the
Yeah,
summer?
yeah.
Wow.
No, it was spring. Like early summer. I think it was May.
Oh, the sky, you can see the blue and some of the clouds.
Yeah. Like and you get a sense of the environment too. I mean, like you can see like the little shed behind and like the pickup trucks and you know stuff like that. Like you just get a sense of the timbre of the environment. And it's like,
Now, you used the word time machine
but
earlier. Does this feel like entering a time machine when you go back and look at a photo like this?
yes, actually, it does. Uh, because it's something it's not immortal, but it is preserved. And that's kind of a cool thing. You know, when there's a moment and you can catch it. So does it feel like a time machine? Yes. And that's also why going through some of these older photographs that I've sent to you has been a little bit stressful because it is kind of going into the vault, you know. It's like it's going into the time machine.
This photo in particular, though, the perspective of the camera, it does feel like I'm playing Go with Owen because of the way it's positioned and the framing.
Oh yeah, that's also kind of why I like it because, whoever sees it, I mean, that's how they'll engage with the portrait. Like it doesn't really have anything to do with me, which I think is a strength.
Was it your idea to play Go with Owen this day?
Uh, I think so. We but we both agreed on it. I mean, when he was a little kid, he also grew up in Japan. So,
Oh,
it's something that it's also in his, in his brain.
just like you.
Yeah.
And he also seems like the previous photo, there's a focused attention of one of the people in the photo.
Yeah. And you can see where he's looking. I mean, that's kind of the thing that I like. You can see exactly what he's looking at. He's looking at that bottom corner and he doesn't know what to do. At least not yet. I won the game, by the way.
Are you also a chess player?
I've never gotten into chess. I mean, I know how to play chess. I can play chess. It's just not something I've ever excelled at or enjoyed. Like I know people that do. I mean, and like they can like play chess like really fast. I just I don't see the joy in it. It doesn't.
You'd rather play Go.
I would much rather play Go. You should start playing Go.
I've never tried it. It looks interesting.
I'll admit it's very difficult.
I tried to play chess recently. I remembered most of the moves, but I it was such a slow game. The person I think was on the inside, they were laughing at me, but they had patience to, go. We went through a couple games, teaching me the moves again, but it was challenging to like really, you know, you have to just play this stuff a lot, and then I guess you it becomes fun after a while.
I guess. I don't know. I don't buy it. It's
All
fine.
right, I should just stick to
What's
check.
the next one?
All right, let's move on. Next one, we got to
I
show.
do like that one though. I do like the portrait of Owen.
This one I like because it's a little different. Um, here you go. Let's see.
This one's hard.
And that's you, right?
No, that is not me.
I thought that was you. It looks like you.
No, that's Mike Cheeto.
It's like you with a beard. Sorry. No, I thought, man, it looks similar to you. The hands
He
not so
doesn't.
much, but like the face up to like the beard maybe. But go ahead. Sorry, I thought it was you.
No, it's not me. This one is hard to talk about. Uh, this is when our mutual friend Alexa died by circumstances that were never made clear. And this is in the middle of COVID, and she was not able to have a proper funeral. So we all got together and did a memorial service. So that's what this is. And that's why you have all the flowers. And that's why Mike is wearing black. And I really like this one. Well, one, because I think it catches his expression just so in a way that I really like. But on a more technical level, I mean, if you look in the background at the points of light in the trees behind him, and this is again 6x6. This is on the rolly cord, and so you can only open up to like a 3/5. You start to get what is called bokeh, distortion, like background distortion, you know. And he's focused just so, and he's the only thing in focus in the whole picture. And I think that's cool.
Was he about to walk? Like it's a very interesting movement that he's making with his body and his hands, his arms, his head.
I think he was about to get up out of his chair. He was standing up. And it's like, and the other good thing about the twin lens reflex is that it's extremely quiet. You know, like with a single lens reflex camera, it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Twin lens reflex has a leaf shutter, and so it basically it makes hardly any sound at all. And so when you're at a funeral, it's a really good camera to have because it's much less obtrusive. Like I said with the Arbus thing, it feels a lot less like a gun. Like you're not pointing it at someone, and it doesn't make a racket, you know. And this also, keep in mind, this is Velvia 50, which is I usually don't shoot because Velvia 50 requires, so like you can basically only shoot during the day,
Oh,
which thankfully I was shooting during the day, so it was fine. But you know, generally I would only ever shoot Velvia 400, but this is Velvia 50. But Velvia 50 is wonderful. I mean, it has such rich color. I mean, the skin tones are perfect. Like even the black is differentiated. It's great. And the colors in the flowers
yeah. I was just gonna
are
say,
all just so.
yeah.
And the composition. I mean, this one I really like for composition. I would say for composition and for color.
I like how the pink rose to the left of his head. It's like almost touching his head, but it's not touching
Yeah,
his ear or his head. It's just far away enough.
yeah. No, but then his eye line is clear.
Yeah. Wow.
No,
Beautiful.
I really love this one. It's hard to look at because it's an artifact of mourning. but I do really like it.
Yeah. Wow.
And just the roses here, the candle, the
Yeah.
sunflower.
Yes. Wow.
But then it's just like the again, I would say the bokeh, the background swirl
Right.
phenomena, which is totally an artifact of the camera.
Hmm.
But it's on purpose.
There is an impressionistic energy to this one too. Yeah. Wow.
Um,
Should we move
Rest
on?
in peace, Alexa, man.
Wow. Next one.
Next one.
This one. You're in this one, I think. We'll find out in a second.
I'm in a few of them. Oh yes, I love this one.
There we go. You're in the
You know,
mountains somewhere?
this is another one that's kind of a joke. We can get through this one pretty quickly. This one's a joke. This is when I first visited Los Angeles, and I went with David to go on a hike, and he wanted to like stop at the top of the hike to take a picture, and I was like, no. But he took it in good humor. I mean, he's a funny guy. I forget who take somebody took this one. I don't remember, but it was with my camera.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway, this one's just a lark, really.
And we get to see you in a photo. Finally. All right, moving
Yeah,
on.
that's me. That's me with hair back when I had hair.
On the left. Yeah, that's you on the left. All right. Here we go. Moving on.
You know what Kiger asked me when I showed him this one? He said, "Is that Dale Pollock?"
Was he joking or?
Yes, he was joking. But no, this was a guy I was with Shyla from previous portrait, and we had come out of this bar, and there was this guy, and he was in there, and he was telling me all kinds of wild conspiracy theories, and he was doing this, and as he was doing it, like I was just kind of trying to like keep myself together, and uh, he noticed that there was some condensation on the inside of my glasses, and he was like, "You know what that is? That's fear." And I was like, "Oh my God, okay."
Wow, man, that's deep.
And I was like, like let's get out of here, dude. And so, and so we did. And yeah, he was just there hanging out outside in the parking lot, and the light was just so. And I was like, this will work. This will be good. And it's just right. I mean, especially when you're shooting Velvia, because the green is just so, the green on the tree, the green on his hat, the color of his shirt, the skin tone. The cars are annoying. I wish they weren't there. But, you know, other than that, like the color of the sky fits with the film stock. It's like even the color of his beard,
Yeah.
it fits with Velvia.
Yeah, the lighting is just it's just the right moment of, part
Yeah,
of it.
it's not golden hour. It's like
Right.
just it's like just before that.
And he's partly in shadow, but then, the light does give it a nice counterbalance.
Yeah. And speaking of the eye line, I mean, you do get both eyes, but he's not spiking the lens, which just makes him look exactly as crazy as he is. This is a crazy person.
I can't even tell what his hat says. Yeah, I don't
Oh, I
want
have no idea what it says.
to. I like how you can see the stop sign on the left of the frame. That's an interesting
I
little.
actually hadn't noticed that.
That's an
Yeah, I
interesting.
guess you can.
And then the tree has something tied around it, I guess, to help it grow. And another
Yeah. I mean,
something.
the tree is another bouquet thing
Yeah.
where, you know, because the thing is, when you bouquet is what happens when you shoot wide open or close to wide open. It affects, like, if you stop a lens all the way down, then everything in the frame will be sharp and you'll have very long depth of field, right? If you shoot closer to open, everything will kind of get like fuzzy. And that's what is going on with the tree
Ah.
in this one.
You mentioned the cars bother
That's why,
you.
like, his hat is in focus, but the tree is out of focus.
Right. And his hands in focus.
Yeah.
The cars bother you? I mean, that makes it more gritty, or it makes it more maybe like a real life place, you know?
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, it lets you know, like, where this portrait happens. And this also has a bunch of schmutz from the scanning process that you
Oh,
were
yes.
talking about
Especially the
before.
sky.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
No,
I
I
used canned air on it. I'm embarrassed.
I think it adds to the grittiness, and it was shot on film. It reminds you that it was on film. Next one. Next one.
Yes. Next one.
All right. Moving along here. Next photo. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah. Martha Stevens, right?
Yeah. This one is not exactly a portrait. This is a still from a film that Jeff Giordano was also in as a co-star. And this is one of the first times that I remember looking through a camera and really feeling connected to another human being. It's very hard to explain in language, but yeah, I mean, just, you know, looking through the diopter and you're there and, the mirror is spinning and she's just there. And it was great. This actually doesn't do it justice because this scene is when it goes from like full like 2001 bright white lighting to all of a sudden boom going to this red thing. Uh yeah, it just made me feel like like me and Martha were never like close. Like, we didn't like hang out, but I just in that moment felt like really, really close to this person. And I think that's when I sort of like caught the bug for portraits.
I remember the movie was Night in Space.
The same thing happened with you, actually, although yours was yellow.
Oh, yeah. So back to what you said, how this photo, the act of taking this photo, deepened your curiosity for the art form of photography. Is it because it's a more intimate moment of her laying down and just the
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think what it is, and this would be to Tom O'Keefe's credit, the director.
yeah, this was a student film that we all worked on. I was a co-star in it. It's called Night in Space, and it was shot on 16 millimeter film.
On 16 millimeter. Yeah. And I remember getting a bunch of flack from the other cinematography students because it was you, me, Tom were very into Bellatar and Gus Van Sant and this very like long take and Kubrick, this very long take aesthetic. And so, we would do that and we'd burn through a roll of film in like 400 feet of 16 millimeter film in like a take. And I would go back to dailies and they'd be like, what? Like, you shot how much? And I was like, well, yeah, but that was the plan. That was the plan. And so like with this, with Martha, and I would say the same with you, the intimacy came from just having the luxury, I guess, of just having the time just to be there and like and let the moment breathe. Again, like with portraits, just to be there. And it is there is something about it that felt very very natural, very human.
In this scene that you took the photo during, was it when her character and I were going to bed, going to sleep?
Yes. Yeah, this is the end.
I remember. Good night, Paul. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Good night, Paul. But no, I remember it's like it's time. It's playing with time because the takes were so long,
Yeah.
and also playing with color because before this like everything is just like bam like like 2001 white. I mean, there's that one of my favorite scenes that we shot in that one is the one where it's you guys are sat at the table in the bright white setting and you're both drinking milk.
Yeah. I
Like
remember that.
everything is white.
Yes.
Everything is white. And then you guys lay down and then boom, the color just changes. And it was a very fun visual thing. But it was really just looking through the camera and having that connection to another person that I was like, I think portraits are a thing that I don't think I even thought of it consciously at the time. But I was like, I think this is something that would be really cool to pursue.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was such a unique movie to be part of. I feel lucky, to have like co-starred in it, but just to be part of it in general, it was such a fun experience.
yeah.
Well, big thanks to Tom for writing the script and directing it.
No, big up to Tom. I love Tom. Tom's great.
And Scott, was Scott the first AD on this one?
Uh,
Worked on it in some capacity.
Scott was doing something. I don't think he was. Was he? Maybe he was. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a cool that was a cool time. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's go to the next one. This is in India. This is in Varanasi.
Wow. What were you going
Uh,
to say? Go ahead. What were you going to say? You were
I've
going to say.
I have a friend that told me once that this is his favorite of all of my photographs. Like he said that I should send this to National Geographic.
It has that kind of energy, to say a little bit, but go ahead.
But I remember I was trying to take a picture of those boats behind them. But then just this group of kids got in my way and they're like, take our picture. Do I have to? Okay. And I just went and it was like this very quick thing, you know, like I've said before, uh, with portraits, my general thought is that usually you need to like know the subject and have them be comfortable with you and hang out with them. But sometimes that happens in like 10 seconds. And that's what this one is. And I really love the color in this one, like the blue and yellow and
Yeah.
the skin tones versus the color of the river.
Their
It's
teeth,
it really works. It really works.
the way you angle the camera too. It's kind of, I don't know what angle this is, but it's a you really fit, again, your sense of compositional balance and fitting everything in the frame in that moment. It's very impressive.
Yeah. No, I do really like this one. I mean, it's one that like I feel like again, like I don't know if it's a portrait or if it's more like travelogue kind of
Mm.
stuff, but I think it counts as a portrait. And I'm proud of it. This is another example of Velvia.
Ah,
This is Velvia 400, and one of the reasons I like it so much is it gets colors so nice. I mean, especially when you shoot positive film, like you don't get this in color negative. In color negative film, it wouldn't be this vivid, but the way it does blue and yellow
hmm.
here, and the way it does skin tones is something that you really only get with positive film. I went with Hans to what used to be Studio B.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Studio B in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
And Despot was one of the openers for LP.
So it is a concert.
It's a concert.
Concert. Okay. That was my second
Yeah.
guess. Concert.
And this is Despot and and I knew him uh and he did his opening set. And this is one of the few that I did with a much longer lens. This, I think, is with a 125. And this is T-Max 3200,
Hmm.
which was necessary because I mean, it's dark in there, man. I mean, And I remember I was there with Victoria, and she was like, "This just isn't gonna work." I mean, like, I don't know why you're even bothering trying to take pictures in here.
So you didn't use a flash?
No, no, this is just 3200 on a 125 uh millimeter lens.
Wow.
And yeah, and he was just going and he did a great set. And I just wanted to get like a cool portrait of him.
Hmm.
And it's nice. I mean, like, and it is, even though it's 3200, it's really not that grainy.
Hmm.
I mean, in his skin tones, it is kind of. You can see it there. Like in his like forehead, in his
Yeah.
hands, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
But but the blacks are not grainy, which I sort of really expected they would be.
Hmm.
Um, or in his jacket, that's all clear.
Hmm.
But no, that's Despot,
Wow.
and
Yeah. I like how
I
you can
I just
see
think it looks cool.
somebody's hand down here rocking out at the bottom of the frame.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That is someone's hand.
Huh. Microphone, the symbol. He's holding the mic, of course. Wow.
Yeah, I remember he would Justin told me this because Justin knows him better than I do. But he would talk about how to hold the microphone
Oh.
because you see how like he's got it like choked up to the top,
Hmm.
you know, in the picture.
Yeah.
He would usually, when he's rapping, he'll hold it like by the bottom and he'll say like you should hold it like a flower.
Huh.
But yeah, no, that was Studio B. And then, later on LP did his set,
Hmm.
which was great. Uh it was him and his band. They all came on and they were wearing Santa costumes, but it was really hot. So everyone started throwing off their Santa costumes very shortly afterwards. Like through the set, I mean.
And this was the only photo you took at the whole show.
No, I took a few more. I just didn't send the other ones to you.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Yeah, this one it has a confidence to it. There's a
I like it. I mean,
yeah.
I sent it to him on Instagram, and
Oh,
he liked it.
oh, good, good, good. He approved.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
I
again,
know,
this is years ago. Years
yeah.
ago.
I know it's getting later at night over there. Should we move on for you?
Yeah, let's keep going. Carrie Gallagher.
Yeah. Looking very confident in there. Yeah, yeah.
I love this one. This one, well, number one, I love Carrie Gallagher, and I think it's a good picture of Carrie Gallagher. So that's nice. But what I like about it more from a compositional point of view is the textures and the lines. You know, he's got his shirt that has the stripes on his arm. Somehow he's able to do this, and the lines go up and down, but the other stripes go across. Behind him, there's the awning. Those lines go down. Right next to him, there's this mesh, which makes it's a lighting distinction.
Yeah,
Like it makes it so that where he's looking comes from this bright place into a place with like a little more shade. and it makes it all feel and look very natural. Like I adore this portrait. I don't know. What do you think?
There's a lot of joy in this, and like the way even yeah, the way like I mean, it first starts with his eyes, but then with his arm, the smile. It and it's confident. You know, he seems very confident in this one.
Yeah. No, this is the first day that I ever went to Los Angeles. I got together with Carrie. We went out to brunch. This was and this happened then.
Oh wow. Even his hair's combed forward that kind of goes along with the, you know, the lines pattern.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
mean, I think again, like I said, the just the geometry, even that like black line of the building behind him
right.
goes almost right along with his eyeball.
Hmm. Huh.
Like it all lines up.
Yeah. And he's almost framed
And
with
the lighting is nice. I mean, just like his key from the right side is just it's not too much. It's perfect.
he's almost framed within the right half of the photo.
Yeah, he is.
Wow, I like that. You're always careful. I'm noticing looking at the other photos and this one now. You're always careful to allow a person to be framed within the objects in the frame that they're sharing, but also it doesn't like touch them or like you have a certain, spatial awareness is the best way I can describe it, I think.
I mean, I tried. What's the next one? Oh, that's me. I think Carrie took this one, actually.
Oh, perfect. Perfect segue.
Yeah, Carrie took this one. This, I think, is when we were at Griffith Observatory.
Oh,
And I don't remember exactly where we were, but yeah, this is with my camera. I think this is an 85. But yeah, a
wow.
butterfly landed on my finger and he caught this.
Wow.
So I can't take credit for it. Uh, but it's a cool portrait of me.
Definitely. I like how you can see your collars like in focus, your beard, your chin. Wow. That's a
And this is also Velvia.
oh, that's a magical moment right here. Well, even like the what is this? A hair in the lens or whatever. It kind of goes along with your kind of wild hair in the photo.
Oh yeah, no, my hair was a mess at the time. I mean, I had going out to California. We had gone from New York to Eureka on the Greyhound.
Wow.
That took like 3 days. And then yeah, we were just out in Eureka. Like my hair was insane.
Even your fingers, I like how a couple of your fingers are in focus. Three of them are in focus, and like your hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, he got magic in this one.
Carrie's a good photographer.
Okay, moving on.
Oh wow.
Black and white again.
This is Tri-X. This
Try
is
it.
Tri-X 400.
I see
on a
lines on the
28.
bottom. Let's say it again. Sorry, go ahead.
This is Tri-X 400 shot on a 28 millimeter lens. And this is in Bushwick in New York. And it's on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And I went out with, this is Victoria. I went out with her on Christmas Day just to take like cute portraits. It's like you can take my picture, I'll take your picture. We can set a timer and we can have like, a couple's picture. Um, but this is my favorite one where I was like, just do something, like I do whatever. And she just went like that. And I just thought it was so perfect because there's no face. I mean, it's very similar to the one where there's only one eye,
Hmm.
but this is just more extreme. But I also like the geometry of this so much. She's framed in this
Yes.
garage door kind of thing,
Yeah.
and the lines all go down that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. You know,
Hmm. Wow.
and
So the
it's like she's just hiding from the geometry of the
Hmm.
background. Like there's this big door, and then there's that little door
Right, right.
right over there.
The bottom of the frame
It's like
is
being trapped.
yeah,
It's like being trapped in a
in
in a
Bushwick.
situation or something.
Being trapped in Bushwick.
Yeah,
The bottom of the frame is that are they the grooves from the film or is that something else?
the bottom of the frame.
The bottom of the frame, it looks like they're like is that part of the film or is that
Oh
something
no, yeah,
else?
yeah, that's an artifact of the scan. That's those are the sprockets.
Sprockets. That's what I was trying to remember.
Sprockets.
Film sprockets. Wow.
But no, I really do. I don't have a lot more to say about this, but it is a personal, and just the color of the sky, looking like that like top corner,
Yeah. Yeah.
the gray is just. I mean, that is like basically that's zone 5. That is like 18% gray, almost perfectly.
And the smaller door gives you a perspective, without that it would I don't know, you wouldn't be able to tell maybe totally what was happening.
Yeah. Or maybe she's a giant. I don't know.
All right, next one. Here we go.
Yes. Back to Carrie Gallagher.
Did you now the way it's the Dada word at the bottom, I guess you added that later, right?
No, that was on the original print.
Ah,
This is the only copy that exists.
whoa. Wow, we got
No, this was an event in Winston-Salem that we went to.
oh, okay.
And this is when me, Carrie, and Tom were very into this whole idea of the Kiger collection and this idea of having a Dadaist art collective. And so what we did logically, of course, was sneak in the back door of this art thing that was happening at the Stevens Center. And we just snuck in the back door. And well, Carrie, of course, is wearing Kiger's pants and t-shirt, and I'm wearing this sandwich board. And so like we walked in the back and they're like, "Oh, like you're part of the show, right?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, sure." And we just walked in. And there was this booth that you could go to get your picture taken. And so that's what we did.
And you said you snuck in, and that is that in the Dada spirit, sneaking into an art show?
Yeah, of course. We went in. I remember a guy saying, like, you can't smoke in here. I'm like, says what, you? And
Wow.
so and so it's me and Carrie just doing Dadaist nonsense. And it was great. It was great. We should have done it. If I could go back in time, I would do it again.
Wow. For a second, when I
This
first
this is our diagram of Kiger. If you want to know about Kiger, that's all you need to know right there.
now was Scott flattered or offended by such?
I have never known the answer to this question. I think Scott is by turns flattered and offended and confused by the whole idea of the Kiger collection. But
Would you want the Benavides collection if somebody were to do that? Would you be okay with that?
I would have questions. I would want to know more.
Wow. Yeah, this is some pose here. Both of you guys.
Yeah, no, it's really good, I think.
Did you guys fit in with what was everybody else doing at this Dada event? Whether was the vibe similar to this or was it something else?
Oh, it was very like petite bourgeois. I mean, it was. I remember there was someone on stage who was doing like basically just a cover band, you know, and I remember them playing Landslide, and I went to Carrie, and it was like, Kiger's still here anyway. Like we're.
I love it. Do you still have this sandwich board?
Oh my God, I don't. I hope so. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's been lost to
Oh.
history, unfortunately.
We'll have to ask Scott if he still has the shirt that Carrie's wearing and the pants.
I still have the pants.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, as perverse as that is, I do
What,
still have them.
what about, is this a handkerchief? What's tied around Carrie's left wrist
I
here?
don't know. Now that I look at it, I don't recall.
Huh.
But I just love his face.
Yeah. You guys are like in a band or something here, man.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like album cover stuff.
Yeah. The Dada album.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. The next one.
Oh
And
my God, I do really love that one.
all right, and since we mentioned the man, the legend himself, people can actually see him and you.
This is an album cover.
Indeed.
This is in Los Angeles,
Oh, wow, better yet. Hey, you're in the right place.
and it has a flaw.
Is that a burn or some emulsion?
No,
What?
I think what this is it was the last frame of this roll of film, and
Oh,
in developing, it has a clip on it,
yeah.
and I think that's the mark of the clip.
Wow. And just for anybody still watching, Scott Kiger is at the top of the photo.
Scott Kiger is at the top.
Jeremy's at on the left.
Yeah,
Jeremy? Is that his name?
Carrie.
Oh, Carrie's on the left.
Yeah, that's Carrie Gallagher.
Oh, wow. His profile, I thought of Jeremy, but anyway, and you're on the right.
Yep,
It also could be like the next Fast and the Furious movie. A
it
poster.
could be.
A poster. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's like we're about to like go do battle rap or something.
Man, it's yeah, especially Scott in this is very confident. There's a power to it.
Yeah. I
Man.
mean, the only thing that I don't like about this one is that it's super overexposed. I mean, I remember taking this one. It was with a time release,
Uh-huh.
and I got the exposure wrong. I just got it wrong.
Oh,
And so, that's why the sky is blown out. That's why, the everyone's skin tone is blown out. That's why the colors are blown out. Uh, this is also Velvia 400.
oh. Now, were you guys already positioned and posed like this, or were you like, hey, move here, let's squeeze in like for the photo? Like,
No, it was pretty spontaneous, and it wasn't really, super staged. I
okay.
think we all just had like a kind of instinct of, I don't know. I think we've all done theater, and like,
Yeah,
like, you know that rule in theater where like, where to stand so that like you can see the audience.
yeah,
If there's like a chorus in front of you, like you stand where you can see.
yeah.
I think we're just sort of using that logic.
Huh.
But
Wow.
I don't think we really expected that it would come out in such an elegant configuration, because it really does work. I mean, it's, one, two, three. Kiger's the tallest, then Carrie, then me,
Hmm.
you know.
I think the effects, the natural effects from taking the photo and developing it, it does add though to the uniqueness. And it's just like maybe it affects your memory of it too, but it can at least bring you back to that moment nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
And it could also be maybe like the photo that like the law enforcement would have if they're trying to find these people. They have this faded photo somehow.
Yeah.
They put it in
Like,
the
do you know this
newspaper.
man?
Yeah, they put it in the newspaper or wanted photos, flyers, posters. Oh wow. Yeah. It's
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, to me, it should be like, yeah, like, this could be like, no, like I said, an album cover.
yeah. Yeah. Dada 2. Part 2. Kiger returns. Or the
Well, actually,
reunion.
there's a category for this that is already included in Kiger theory. It's called the Star Child, but that's an entire different conversation.
We'll do another video essay just on that. All right, well, we can move
But no,
on.
I love this one. I mean, just the geometry of it. I mean, it's like a
Yes.
little bit tilted in a
Yep.
way that in a
Now,
way that a lot of these, well, several of these have been tilted just a little bit in a
now is
way.
this
Maybe that's just a thing that I do. I don't know why,
you're just a
but
tilted kind of person? Did you have it on a timer?
it's just to fit the figures in.
Yeah,
I mean, like it would be a more boring picture if it were completely square.
it's true. It has a different energy being tilted. Was it on a timer? How did you? Who took this, or did you take it?
No, it's like I said, it was on a timer.
Oh, a timer. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I screwed up the exposure.
Ah. No, I think it's still. I mean, it has this fuzziness. Like Scott's hair, I just want to like it's so fuzzy. He has the fuzziest hair out of everybody, you know.
Let's not even talk about mine. I look like Sonic the Hedgehog. What's the next one?
Those sideburns.
I love this one.
Wow. Man, that's a good one.
What do you think about this one?
I think it's a good profile and it's a cool photo. The hair, the like woo, there was some kind of some kind of moment there. The sunglasses. Oh,
You know what I like about it is that it's not perfect.
mm.
Well, usually with black and white photography, when you look at like skin tones, you use the zone system,
Ah,
right?
yeah.
In the background, behind you, the windows, these are all easily zone 10.
Mm.
You know, your face in, textbook photography school would probably want you to be like zone 5, you
Oh,
know, 18% gray. That's where they would want you to be.
hmm.
We're a little bit under that. This is maybe zone 3 or 4, probably like zone 4.
Wow.
You know, the hair's darker. That's normal. But the collar pops, your glasses pop, and this far side of your face
Mm.
pops, like your chin, your nose, your forehead. All
Yeah.
of those pop, and I think that fixes the whole thing.
For me, it's kind of surreal to look at this one. I like in a good way. It's just like, wow.
I forget where this was. This was at some diner we were at.
It
Uh,
looks like it, yeah, the front of the diner. I see the chairs in the back.
I
Wow.
think I remember this place because I remember us being here, I think, and we were at a table, and the car that we had, it was the windshield was reflecting into the window onto the booth we were at, and it had this like really interesting quality of light, and I was like, wow, like if you reflect off of a curved glass surface, well, that does something different. And like maybe that's an interesting tool that we could use in the future. I think that's the same day that this happened.
Oh, wow.
But no, you look good, man.
I'm glad to have a copy of this one now.
No, and I like that you can't really see a reflection in the glasses, but there's this like hint of a reflection.
Yeah. And even people, there's people being reflected, I think, in one of the lenses.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really, I mean, I can't see.
Wow. Before we go, should I read or do you want to read the text that you sent me? You emailed me of the photography quote before we
Uh,
go.
yeah, I can read it.
Okay.
It's kind of heavy. I apologize to the
Well,
audience.
I think it's a good outro. And should I put a photo up while you're reading that? Is there something I should go back to, or I want to leave
Uh,
an image while you read that, and then we can just conclude after you read it. It'll just, unless there's anything else now
yes,
you wanted to mention.
yes. If you could go back to the one with the flowers,
Oh,
the funeral one. So this is from Jim Nachtwey, very famous, renowned war photographer. Is it possible to put an end to a form of human behavior which has existed throughout history by means of photography? The proportions of that notion seem ridiculously out of balance. Yet, that very idea has motivated me. For me, the strength of photography lies in its ability to evoke a sense of humanity. If war is an attempt to negate humanity, then photography can be perceived as the opposite of war. And if it is used well, it can be a powerful ingredient in the antidote to war. In a way, if an individual assumes the risk of placing himself in the middle of a war in order to communicate to the rest of the world what is happening, he is trying to negotiate for peace. Perhaps that is the reason why those in charge of perpetuating a war do not like to have photographers around. In the field, you experience what is extremely immediate. What you see is not an image on a page in a magazine 10,000 miles away with an advertisement for Rolex watches on the next page. What you see is unmedicated pain, injustice, and misery. It has occurred to me that if everyone could be there just once to see for themselves what white phosphorus does to the face of a child, or what unspeakable pain is caused by the impact of a single bullet, or how a jagged piece of shrapnel can rip someone's leg off, if everyone could be there to see for themselves the fear and the grief just one time, then they would understand that nothing is worth letting things go to the point where that happens to even one person, let alone thousands. But because everyone cannot be there, and that is why photographers go there to show them, to reach out, grab them, and make them stop what they are doing and pay attention to what is going on, to create pictures powerful enough to overcome even the diluting effects of the mass media and shake people out of their indifference, to protest, and by the strength of that protest, to make others protest.